Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified of each new video as they come out. Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival, and I was recently asked to do an update on my EDC gear and the things that I carry on a regular basis, and so I thought I would go ahead and do that. And they were looking for more of an in-depth kind of thing. So this is going to be a little bit longer video than most EDC pocket dump kind of videos are. If that's not okay with you, then don't watch. Or go ahead and click the ×2 button and it'll go a little faster for you. You know, the little gear, and you can speed it up. I don't normally talk about all this kind of stuff, but I suppose it kind of makes sense and might be useful to someone. So we'll start with the belts that I use. I currently wear two different style of belts on a regular basis. If I'm carrying a firearm with me, then I will either carry the Core Essentials, and when they sent this out to me, at first I was not convinced that I would like it. And even when I first looked at it, I was kind of like, I just don't know if I'm gonna like this. If you don't know what a Core Essentials belt is, it's essentially a slide belt. And there's multiple companies that are developing these things right now, and you can essentially it has the little track on the inside of the belt, and that allows you to adjust it a lot and in very small increments. I think it's about 1/4 inch increments. And I'm really impressed with it. I got to be honest with you. And it's a very stiff belt, as you can see. Like when you're holding it out, you do the kind of the hold out test. You can see that it basically doesn't just fall on its own weight, and that's because it's stiff. It's made of 3 different layers. You've got an outside nylon layer, you've got an inside kind of like a patented leather kind of thing, and then the middle of it has like a composite, almost like cardboard kind of layer to help hold it steady. Now I've been wearing this for a couple of months and I haven't had any issues with it. I really like how comfortable it is because the adjustability, and I do regularly adjust it throughout the day multiple times, and that is very nice. Because the way that the buckle is, you just kind of click this thing right here and you can loosen it a little bit or tighten it up a little bit. It's super easy and super comfortable. My concern with it long term is that if you get wet on a regular basis or you sweat a lot or something along those lines, I don't know how that'll affect the inner composite kind of cardboard material or whatever that's in the center of it. But if you're just a normal person doing normal kind of work, it works great. I've been using it and I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. So you guys can check those out. I'll put the website to the link to their website in the description below. The second belt that I've been using for far longer is the InDestructive Belt. And I did a review on this one like probably a year and a half ago or something along those lines, and I wear it on a regular and repeating basis all the time, especially. And you can see that it passed that test too, where you hold it out and it holds up its own weight. It's a very sturdy belt. This is the brown version, and it's kind of got the silver buckle on it. And then they also have the black version, which I will wear on a regular basis with my uniform. This is a very sturdy belt. With the Core Essentials, I don't wear it when I'm wearing like all my stuff, like my handcuffs and my double magazines and the bigger gun and all that kind of stuff. I have worn it a couple times and it does seem to hold the weight, but I'm always worried that buckle could slip or something. So if I got into a wrestling match or somebody or something like that, I don't want to have to worry about that belt coming loose. So I wear these. And this one, they've changed their branding. Instead of InDestructive Belt, they now go by Super Bio gun belts. And made here in America, these are a very cool belt because they're essentially a nylon webbing that is covered in like almost a rubber composite material. And then they have screws that go through both sides of the leather, and then the heavy duty buckle. And so it's a strong belt. I mean, you don't have to worry about it breaking at all. So if you like something that's a little more heavy duty, or if you carry a lot of gear on your belt and all that kind of stuff, I highly recommend the Super Bio gun belt or the InDestructive belt, whichever you find it branded under. But as far as comfort for daily wear, I think this one is really pretty good because it's got that micro adjustability. These do have very good adjustability. They've got 1/2 inch, I believe it's like holes every 1/2 inch, so it's more adjustable than your standard belt, and that's the same way on the black version as well. So they're still more comfortable than a regular belt that only has holes like every 3/4 of an inch or an inch. Okay, so the next item that I'll go to is my wallet, and I like to have a thin wallet because if it gets too thick, then I start to get like sciatic nerve pain and stuff down my legs and whatnot. And so this is a wallet that is made by Popov Leather. I'll put a link to his description down in the description below as well. And it's a minimalist style wallet, and it's a leather wallet, which I like. I like the look and feel of leather a lot better. I also had the VanQuest RFID blocking wallet in the past, and the the thin Maxpedition one in the past, and those both weren't bad, but they wear out fairly quickly because they're like a nylon, and I don't know, they just don't hold up as good as leather does. The only thing I would say about this one is that it's definitely minimalist. Like, you only got enough stuff to put in the basics on what you're gonna carry with you. He does a cool little thing where he'll engrave your name on it. I don't know if you guys can see that there. It's got my lettering down in there, my name. The one downside to this particular wallet that I will say is I think it needs to be about 1/2 inch longer, because sometimes getting cash in and out of it can be a little bit of a hassle if you've got like quite a bit of cash in there. But other than that, I really like it. I've been carrying it for probably 2 months or so now, and it's worked fine. He also sent me some even more of a minimalist. This one doesn't even carry any cash at all. It doesn't have a pocket for it. Does real good work, and it looks very nice. You can choose the color of the stitching that you want with it, the different grains of leather and all that kind of stuff. Again, you can have your name, kind of put in there. But this is basically for folks who don't carry cash. If you just carry cards and that kind of thing, then that's what this is for. He also offers just business card holders as well, just basic business card holders and stuff like that. And then just a very, your basic belt as well. Now, if I'm not going to be carrying on my hip, then I'll wear a belt like this because they're fairly comfortable. But if I'm carrying a gun, I normally don't wear the guns because, as you can see, they kind of fall under their own weight and they're just not super thick. But it's thicker than the kind of stuff that you'd get at like Walmart or whatever. But and it also has the screws on here as well, so it's a good heavy duty buckle and heavy duty leather belt. But I do like a specific gun belt, since I carry on a pretty regular basis. Okay, so speaking of that, my carry gun is this is just a Galco holster. It does have retention screw right here, and it's for the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield in 9mm. And that is what I carry on, unless I'm on a mission for work, then this is the gun that I pretty much always carry. I have probably better than 1,000 rounds through it, and it's awesome. I haven't had any issues with it. It runs very, very good, and I just can't say enough good things about these guns. I mean, for the price that you get, I think it's a really, really good deal, and it's very small. I have been wanting to look at the Sig Sauer P365. A buddy of mine at work got one of those, and you can get the extended magazine in it, so it'll carry 13, and it's smaller than the Shield in both length and height. So that is a potential option that I've been looking at as well. Okay, and let's see, for carry ammo, I'm just carrying the what is it? I think it's the Hornady Critical Defense. I think that's what it is. I can't remember for sure. 124 grain Hornady Critical Defense. I'm fairly certain that's what it is. I can't remember. All right, on the keys, I just got a big freaking mess of keys that I carry on a little carabiner here, and yeah, they're keys. So also carry a lighter, just a small Bic lighter. Pretty much have that in my pocket all the time. I don't smoke, but I always like to have a Bic lighter to be able. It's a good conversation thing if somebody's standing around smoking, you're talking to them, but it's also a good way to make a fire. I also keep chapstick in there. As far as my knife goes, I rotate knives on a fairly regular basis. One of my favorites, and the one that I've come back to multiple times, is the Ontario Rat 1, and this is a sweet little knife. It's only like a $27 knife, something like that. And this is the second one that I've had. So Ontario Rat Model 1, great little knife. Just opens very nicely. It fits in the pocket very well. It's got a pretty deep pocket clip. The pocket clip's fairly strong. One thing that I should have done on the first one that I had is take these little screws out and put some Loctite on them, and that would have made it last longer, because that was what made me stop carrying the first one, is because the screws just got loose. So, it's a good knife. Okay, oh, this was another little thing that the guy from Pop-Up sent me, and I think it's kind of cool, is it's a little multi-tool holder, and as you can see, it's gotten kind of beat up because I carry it pretty much every day. I carry my Leatherman Juice CS4 inside of that in my pocket. And also next to it, he has built in for a carrier for the Fisher Space Pen, and so carry that as well. This is a great little pen. I've carried these for years, and they really do a good job. They'll pretty much write on anything, and you can get refills for them and all that kind of stuff. So these are really awesome as well, and you can find those on the Pop-Off website as well. Okay, so for flashlight, I got an S2 baton from Olight. As you can see, it's pretty beat up because it's always rubbing against my keys and everything like that. But these are great lights. It is an 18650, rechargeable, but that's what I use. It just seems like I continually go back to it. It's got the little pocket clip on there, so you can kind of cover the button to keep it from turning on in your pocket, which is kind of cool too. Okay, so as far as medical, the only thing that I really carry on a regular basis is rat's tourniquet. So anytime I'm out on a mission, or if I have cargo pants on, which is probably 90% of the time, I carry a small rat's tourniquet. And this is from the guys over at Ready Man. And if you guys haven't checked out their channel lately, you should really check out their YouTube channel. They've been doing a lot of good stuff over there, and they also have got some pretty cool apps and stuff like that they're working on. I'll give you more information about those here in the future. The rat's tourniquet is essentially a bungee cord. It's a very strong bungee cord, and basically what you do is you make a 3-finger loop, and then you wrap it around. Let's see if I can do it here. It's made so that it can be done one-handed. So when you go around, you're going to want to tighten it down nice and tight, and you take multiple wraps. And then once you get it done, then you just close it off by this little metal clip right here. And some people have said that they have issues with getting these tight enough to stop blood flow completely. I don't really think it's that difficult to do. It's a little harder to do if you're doing it on yourself, but if you're doing it on somebody else, it's pretty easy. You just have to pull a little harder, But what I really like about these is they're fairly inexpensive. I think about $15, $16, something like that. I'll put an Amazon link down below. And you can get them in combination with this little elastic cover here, which I think came in one of the battle boxes not too long ago as well. And you can stuff it all down inside of there, and you can throw it in your pocket, and you really don't even notice it. It's not that much extra to carry. But if you're carrying a firearm, it makes a lot of good sense to carry a tourniquet with you when you're doing that. You know, especially with something like this, it's small enough. You know, then I think it makes sense. It's at least giving you some ability to control blood, even if it doesn't completely stop it. If you applied it wrong, or you weren't able to get it tight enough, or whatever the case may be, maybe the guy was a really big guy or something, then at least you're slowing it down. At least you're giving yourself some additional time and all that kind of stuff. If you want to carry like a North American Rescue cat tourniquet, or a SWAT T tourniquet, or you know, whatever other kind of tourniquets that are out there that you prefer, then yeah, go ahead. But I would encourage everyone, if you carry a weapon, you really should be carrying a tourniquet. Okay. So a couple other things. As far as non-lethal goes, this is an interesting little thing that I got recently. It may look like a sap to you, or a slapjack, or whatever the case may be, and that's kind of effectively what it is. They sell it on Amazon as a book weight. So you lay it down, and like your book is right here, and it holds your pages open so when you're reading. But let's be honest, it's pretty much a sap. So in Cheyenne, these became legal to carry again in 2016, so occasionally I will carry those. I'll carry this, and you can just throw it down in a pocket like that. You can hook the loop up, and you can have it. And if you guys have not ever messed with these and felt how hard they hurt, there's a reason why they became illegal in a lot of states, because they're actually a very effective tool. You know, so make sure you check your state laws before you try to carry anything like this, though, because they're illegal in most places. It does happen to be legal in my state. I've shown you guys this one before. This is a little titanium like Kubotan kind of thing, and just a pain compliance kind of tool. You can kind of stick it on here, and I really like this one because it has the paracord on it that holds it on there, so you can use it, you know, like this, but you can also open your hand and deal with hand-to-hand stuff or whatever if you needed to do that. So I think this is a very effective tool to use as well. If for some reason you're going someplace that you can't carry a firearm or whatever, you might be able to carry one of these, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so as far as my my duty weapon goes, my duty weapon is a Smith & Wesson M&P 9M 2.0, and this also, I don't even know how many rounds I've gotten through it, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 or so, 1,500, and haven't had any issues with it either. These weapons are really, really good weapons for the money. I think you can pick these up for about $379 to $400 on like grabagun.com. What I like about it is it's about the same size as the SIG 228, which is what our issued duty weapon is, or 229, but you can get the extended mag with it, and you can have what is it, 17 plus 1 or 6? Yeah, 17 plus 1. So that's a pretty good amount of ammo in a very small kind of compact gun. This is the 3.6 inch barrel version. They have a 4 inch and a 5 inch and a 4.5 inch. I think you can get them pretty much whatever size you want. But and in the holster that I carry on that is just a basic leather Galco outside the waistband snap holster. Okay. Carry 2 magazines. The secondary magazines that I carry are the 15 rounders. Those are the standard ones that come with it. And then, like I said, I have the 17 in the gun. And this is just an old, geez, I don't know, I've had it forever. What is it? Tech-Lock. No, the Tech-Lock's the thing on the back of it. I don't even know who makes it anymore, but it's just a double mag carrier. And then Smith & Wesson handcuffs, and just a leather holder. As far as gloves go, gloves that I routinely carry with me are these Mechanics impact gloves, and you know, that's just to have an extra set of gloves right there. I also usually carry a watch cap because it's wintertime right now, And then, last but not least, our boots. These boots are pretty sweet. They're Rockies, and they've got a decent, tread pattern on the bottom of them. They're quite comfortable for the most part, and they also have a composite like toe protector or whatever on them. I don't think it's steel. I'm pretty sure it's composite, but I put some Teflon laces in there, and I'm really liking these so far. I used to wear Wolverines almost exclusively because they used to be the most comfortable for me. However, the quality and quality control on Wolverine boots has gone downhill lately, and I've had 2 sets that have had eyelets pull out of them, and 1 set that the stitching in the back part of the heel started to come out of it. So I don't no longer recommend wearing Wolverines personally. But yeah, anyway, so this is a look at my EDC stuff. Again, kind of personal stuff on one side, and then duty kind of work stuff on the other. But that's pretty much what I carry. And I think, if you guys are new to prepping and you don't understand the reason that we carry all this stuff, I'll just give you a real quick explanation. It's essentially because we see the world, in terms of that there are 3 kinds of people out there. There are sheep, wolves, and sheepdogs. And so we want to be a sheepdog. We want to be the guy that is able to do what we can to respond to a wolf taking advantage of a sheep, or a wolf trying to take advantage of us, in a moment's notice. And so having these kinds of things, especially the firearms and non-lethal type tools and stuff, is a way that we can give ourselves a better advantage in doing that. And so that's why we have everyday carry gear, or EDC gear, because it gives us tools to be able to deal with the situations that we handle on a regular basis, or that we potentially could handle. And then the stuff like the multi-tool for just fixing stuff, and and the knife for opening boxes and dealing with stuff. And I don't know how many times at the office people are like, "Hey, you got a knife?" Of course I have a knife. Or a flashlight, just looking underneath somewhere, or finding something, or going out to the chicken coop, or whatever the case may be. So it's just stuff that we use on a regular basis, or stuff that we could need to use in an emergency. So anyway, guys, I hope you found this useful. As always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps: prior preparation prevents poor performance. And check out these links in the description below. I think if you're looking for a good heavy-duty belt, really heavy-duty, check out the Super Bio belts. If you're looking for a comfortable but yet heavy enough gun belt that you can adjust a lot, check out the Core Essentials. And if you're looking for some leather gear that's handmade, definitely check out the stuff up at Pop Off Leather as well. So anyway, guys, stay safe. We'll see you on another video here shortly.